Do you want to know the truth about greening out? It's a term that I hear all of the time. Every day, somebody is trying to tell me a story. Oh, yeah, I smoked so much and I greened out. But most people that say they greened out are just lying for clout. They're wrong. They didn't green out. That's just what they're telling you. So first, I want to talk about what is greening out. What is it exactly? Because if you ask different people, you're going to get different answers. And there's a lot of different answers for what greening out is. I can't even make up my mind on what I think it should be. But if you ask somebody, 20 years ago what greening out is, because this is a term that's been around for a while, it's gained a lot more popularity recently. People are using it all the time. But if you ask somebody many years ago what greening out is, they would probably tell you something like, oh, I got really high and I just passed out and went to sleep. Oh, I had a little bit too much to smoke and I wasn't feeling great and I stayed in one spot. I was really tired and I dozed off. Well, I was so high I couldn't really remember the rest of the night, and I woke up and was like, oh man, I must have got too high. For some people, greening out is like blacking out from drinking, but also there's people out there who will tell you they got blackout drunk and then proceed to tell you the entire story and every detail of what happened to them that night. And it's like, wait, I thought you blacked out. You remember it all? But greening out is a term that it's used so much, and who's using it? It's these dang old cart kids. They're like, yeah, bro, I hit 4 blinkers off my obviously fake cartridge in a high school bathroom and I greened out. Yeah, dude, I pulled out my glow cart, my Mario Kart, my dank vape, and I just kept ripping it, seeing if I could genuinely overheat the device. Those are the people that are greening out. You hear it more now with cart kids, but I also hear it a lot with people that do chops or mole bowls, or they smoke tobacco with their flower. Smoking tobacco makes you sick. Right, rip 1 bowl of tobacco and try not to vomit. Try not to green out off of 1 bowl of tobacco. So for me, greening out, I've heard a lot of different definitions for it. Some people say they feel sick from smoking. Some people, they don't remember, or they go to sleep from smoking. But it's mostly people doing like blinkers off obviously fake carts who are telling you they're greening out. And those people want to convince you that like too much green made them sick when they didn't have any green. There was no green in there. Sometimes it wasn't even derived from something green. Some of these kids smoking these fake carts, it's not even close to the real thing. Bro, made in a lab, bro, vitamin E oil. It's kind of wild, right? I've always had a weird feeling about people who say like smoking makes them sick or they got sick from smoking, because it's like, well, not everything is the same, right? Not every flower is grown the same. They didn't use the same nutrients in it. Like, what if you were just smoking something moldy? Like it was moldy the whole grow. They brushed it off pretty good by the time they trimmed it up and gave it to you. And you're smoking something that's like a good bit of mold, and that made you sick, but you think it's the green. I think when you really break down what people think caused them to green out, you're like, oh, no, bro, you were smoking boof carts. Nah, dude. You ate a whole pan of brownies and your stomach hurt after, and you think it's because there was weed in the brownies. You ate a whole pan of brownies. Oh, you smoked 4 bowls and they were all like filled with half of a cigarette. Bro, you smoked 2 cigarettes in like 5 minutes through a bowl. That made you sick. I feel like when you break down the most people's reason for what caused them to green out, it's not even close. It's not even like, yeah, I smoked too much of this highly potent strain and it made me not feel well. It's never that. Now, I do think greening out is real, right? I think it can happen, but I think it's way less common than you would think. Way less. I think 90% or more of people who say they greened out they just got it wrong. Something else happened. Or they got a wild definition for what greening out is, and it doesn't exactly align with somebody else's definition. Like, I talked to a lot of people in my Twitch streams, YouTube comments. Some people are like, yeah, bro, I just got high and then I was paranoid. I greened out. And it's like, okay, so just getting paranoid for you is greening out. For some people, just getting tired and going to sleep is greening out. That happens to me every night. After I'm done with my Twitch stream that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, you should come get lit with me, by the way. I green out and I go to bed every night. I don't know. I've had a few experiences where I didn't feel particularly well from smoking, but I don't think these kids ripping glow carts in high school bathrooms are greening out. I think they got something laced that was obviously fake. It seems like a modern day thing that like a plug would just make up to explain why you got sick from smoking his obviously laced carts. Yeah, bro. No, these Mario Karts are legit, dude. Straight from Nintendo. You started vomiting after you did 3 blinkers? Yeah, bro, you're just so cool. You got so high. You smoked so much and you just greened out, bro. Yeah, but you just overdid it, dude. You went crazy and you greened out. But the box for your cartridge has Luigi on it. I don't know what to tell you. So I never have really enjoyed hearing people tell me about their stories of greening out, because it's just like, it sounds like kids telling you a story, right? It sounds like when I first got into smoking and people would try to explain getting too high and like they were tripping. They're like, oh, dude, I started seeing stuff and a dragon came in the room. And it's like, I think you just like, you don't know what you're talking about, but you want to talk. So look, at the end of the day, I do think that there's some form of greening out, or some people could be made to feel unwell from smoking too much. But I think most people, more than 90% of people who told you they greened out, they had too much tobacco in their bowl, or they're smoking a fake card, or they ate a whole pan of brownies and they're like, yeah, bro, the weed got me. Brother, you ate like 4,000 calories of brownies and you think that weed makes you feel sick? And if you've ever eaten a whole pan of brownies and you didn't get sick and you didn't even get high at all, and you want to know why the edibles might not be hitting you, check out this video right here. You know, there's more factors than just tolerance when it comes to an edible high. Have a lit day, my dudes.